Morton's Fuel Planner builds a fully personalized fueling strategy based on the actual course you're doing. It's not a generic guide, it's tailored to you. It's completely free, so if you want to dial in your fueling, head to planner.morton.com. Today's stage in Catalonia, absolute fireworks, crosswinds in the last 30 Ks. Dorian Godon, probably the favourite for the stage in the leaders jersey. We had a flat last 30 Ks after medium mountains where Vistrofa was back in the break with a teammate Thompson. Up and down, twisty all day. Unfortunately, J Vine crashed out of the race. Oliveira also went down. GC teams were interested. Hessman there with Otterbrooks, Amaury with Vingegaard, the whole Bora team for Remco, Evenepoel. And you can see we're coming up to about a 5K, 6% fall or 5% climb. Not that hard, but hard enough that if you put on the pace and you want to get into position, you can put it in a line. And Catalonia and Red Bull Bora Hounds going to do exactly that. They want to enter the descent in first position. And so they and Visma make sure they're in front positions when the descent starts. You see Peacock moves himself up in front of Vingegaard actually on the Bora train. And the crosswind starts almost immediately at the bottom of this descent. They go through a roundabout. They're on big highways near Reus, near the coast, near Cambrils, south of Barcelona. It's very windy there, very windy at the moment. And here out of that roundabout, Bora just send it. They put it in the gutter, and there's splits almost immediately. You can see Remco was probably the one that started it. He's so good in the crosswinds. Pidcock's moving up the inside. Vingegaard is there. O'Connor's there in position, as well as Valentin Parry-Pantra, actually. Look at him go in the crosswinds. But who's not there? Almeida has dropped the wheel, or someone dropped the wheel in front of him. He is alone, and he's got Otterbrooks actually just behind him. Enric Mas did make the front echelon, and it's carnage out there. There's splits all over the place with 31 Ks to go. Remember, there were splits last year on the second stage, Brennan one, and you can make splits stick in Catalunya. There's not a lot of rouleurs on these teams to bring back gaps. No Josh Tarlings, Niels Pollitt's here. They're all at the classics at the moment. So you got strange team constructions for a crosswind stage. UAE start to pace for Almeida, but watch Pidcock here. He probably thinks it's going from an aggressive echelon split formation to more of a let's maintain this gap. He slides really deep into this group. Lipovitz and Vingegaard go a bit wider, and when you see Trek in the overhead coming up, they also go wider. So it looks like these teams want to put paid to Almeida. They can take serious time on him here, as well as any other GC guy caught behind. You see, look where Trek are. It's not the same formation as before, where it was in the gutter. And there's 6 Vismas, the whole Bora team is there. There's domestiques that can rip it apart. Evenepoel looks back, and he goes to resplit it. Now, I don't know if he knew there was already significant splits, but he has Nordhagen in the wheel, not Vingegaard, and he puts it in the gutter again, trying to resplit it. Maybe he saw Lipovitz was like in 6th position, and then they could create a really good split with him there as well. But Nordhagen drops the wheel, and Schelmoser can't pull through. Hindley, I think it actually was, 4th wheel, and Vingegaard has the unenviable task of trying to close the gap to Evenepoel at 60 kph in a cross tailwind. But the problem is it's 30 Ks to go. So Almeida's group, I mean, they were curtains. He had like 2 domestiques left. There weren't a lot of strong teams there to chase. But this action now means Vingegaard's ahead. He's refusing to pull. Probably he's tired after the initial Evenepoel attack that he had to close. But then they changed direction here, turn right. Group 2 stalls a bit. Visma are blocking with Amaury, Bora blocking because they got their man up front too. Enric Mas is isolated. He's not going to pull on the flat. But then Group 1 is not working either. Evenepoel's getting angry at Vingegaard because they got 30 seconds maybe on Almeida, but then they change direction again. Vingegaard does start to pull, but I think if they stay in that big group with their domestiques, well, they would have destroyed Almeida's GC with the domestiques they had to pull. Only gets in the middle though, so it's not like a chase is forthcoming. Like Piganzoli and Lipovitz start blocking him with Dens. Remco takes the 3 bonies on the line, but then 15 Ks to go, we see some organization. EF for their sprinter Noah Hobbs, McNulty for UAE and Almeida, Pierre-Andre Cote for Ethan Vernon in the sprint, Trek are probably going to pull for Schelmoser, Q365 for Pidcock, Movistar for Enric Mas. The list goes on and on. Ineos for Dorian Godon. There's a lot of teams chasing, so Vingegaard stops again. He gives up the ghost on winning the stage, or maintaining a gap rather. But Remco doesn't give up. 5Ks to go. I thought they were going to just stop. He then tries to sneak attack Vingegaard out of the roundabout. Vingegaard's glued to the wheel. And actually, at this point, the gap does not go down at all. Enric Mas has a mechanical, but it's okay. It was a 5K to go rule today, which is going to be very relevant for something coming up in a second. 1K to go. As they go over the highway overpass, there's the way they go through the Flamme Rouge on the side here. They were not getting caught at all. They had 7 seconds at this point, more or less, with 500 meters to go, and we have no high resolution images. Evenepoel crashes himself. He was first through this the roundabout. Apparently, he was changing to get into the drops and out of the hoods to start his sprint, and he crashes himself. Apparently, there was a pothole. It was an ambiguous roundabout which way is best to go, and it was crazy what was going on. Like, first of all, I thought they were going to get caught, then they weren't going to get caught, then Evenepoel crashes, then Vingegaard doesn't contest the stage win. Dean Gordon wins another stage ahead of Vernon and Hobbs. Evenepoel looks like he's okay, which is really, really good for the rest of the GC in the race. He does get put on the same time as, I guess, Vingegaard. But Godon wins the stage ahead of Vernon, Hobbs, Art, Sharmick, Pidcock, Isadora, Piggonzoli, Hessman, and Stewart.
Here we got you again. You're getting a stage that maybe could have been possible for the breakaway. Then there was the surprise attack by Remco. And in the end, it was, as expected, a sprint finish. And you got to it. Second stage win for you here this year.
Yeah, yesterday evening I was a bit angry with me. I missed the win, and yeah, was a bit angry. Was not happy. So today I want to win again, and it was not so hard at the beginning. Just 6 guys ride, and we went a bit back with a win and we ride just at the end, and with Victor, and then it was a lot of stress and tension. So we stay a bit more safe. In the Echelon we were okay, quiet and good position. And then I saw Remco full alone with Vingegaard, but yeah, all the riders on the team, they did an amazing job for me to catch them. And the leader of our team, Oscar Onley, and Bob did a lead out for me, so it was amazing. I wanted to win today again, and yeah, amazing day again, third day with a GC leader. It's not every day, so yeah, let's go to Volta 2000 with a smile.
In terms of GC, Pidcock is ahead of Vingegaard by 2 seconds, and I think actually Remco's on 11 seconds. They don't have him in that provisional, but he was given the same time despite the Roglic rule. The Volta finish is cancelled tomorrow, so Dean Gordon will win the stage once again. Hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the Morton Fuel Planner. See you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.